The night wasn't kind, not to her. The city hummed like it always did, restless and loud, but to Maya it was just static. Too many nights had sounded like this since her brother Ethan's death, but tonight was different. Tonight, the static was background music to something sharper, something final. She adjusted her coat, walking with purpose, her face half hidden beneath the shadow of her hood. Every reflection in the glass storefronts she passed showed someone lean, precise, watchful, someone who used to be a detective, someone who should have been long done with blood. But she wasn't. Not tonight. Her footsteps slowed as she reached the corner of 52nd, where a black sedan idled too long, windows tinted, engine purring. Langley's men. She didn't look at them. Didn't need to. She felt their eyes on her, the weight of surveillance, the kind that made most people stumble or speed up. Maya just kept walking, steady, calm, as though she hadn't spent the last 2 months mapping out every angle of tonight's event. She thought of Ethan, of the way his voice had cracked the night before he died, the fear in it when he told her he had evidence, proof, names. And then she thought of the silence that followed, the call that shattered her world, the way his body was pulled from the water, lungs filled, hands bound. No accident. No mistake. And the man who signed it into motion, Victor Langley, was still thriving in glass towers, throwing parties, raising toasts to his empire. Not for long though. Maya reached the plaza where the gala lights spilled out onto the street, golden and warm, music drifting from the high windows. A line of limousines snaked the curb, security posted at the doors. She walked right past them, unnoticed, slipping into the service entrance where the workers laughed on smoke breaks, distracted. Her badge forged, perfect, blinked green against the scanner, and just like that, she was inside. Her heart didn't race. It hadn't in years. What did race was her mind. Every exit memorized. Every guard shift timed. Every shadow mapped like scripture. As she moved through the corridors, the sound of music grew louder. She imagined Langley inside, smiling, shaking hands, pretending to be untouchable. The image almost made her smile. Almost. She wasn't here for the party. She was here for the man at the center of it. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers, laughter, and the clink of crystal. Politicians, CEOs, the polished and perfumed elite all orbiting Langley like planets around a sun. He stood near the stage, in his tailored suit, charming, laughing too loudly. A man who looked invincible. Maya stayed to the edges. A ghost in a waiter's uniform, tray in hand, eyes sweeping the crowd. She'd done this before, surveillance, infiltration, the art of being invisible. She felt almost nostalgic, though the stakes tonight were nothing like the old days. Her chance came when Langley excused himself, slipping away from the crowd toward the side wing. His bodyguards flanked him, clearing the path, but Maya was already moving, weaving behind them, just close enough to track, just distant enough to avoid suspicion. She slipped through the hall as he entered his private office. 2 guards posted outside. That would be a problem for most people. Maya set her tray down gently, walked past them with steady steps. One of the men frowned, straightening. "Where the hell do you think you're?" She moved fast. Her elbow struck his throat, collapsing his air before he could shout, her hand snapping his wrist until the gun clattered. She pivoted, slammed his head against the wall. He slid down without a sound. The second guard drew, but Maya had already closed the distance. Her blade flashed, sharp, fast, cutting his tendons before he could fire. His scream was swallowed in her hand as she dragged him down, knife pressed under his jaw until the last tremor stopped. Silence. Just like that. Maya pulled the bodies aside, smoothed her uniform, and opened the office door. Langley turned at the sound. He looked annoyed at first, then confused, then amused. "Well," he said, raising his glass of brandy. "This is new. My staff usually knocks." Maya stepped in, shutting the door behind her. No rush. No words wasted. Victor Langley, she said, her voice steady, low. His smirk twitched. Do I know you? You knew my brother. That froze him for a fraction of a second, barely noticeable, but she saw it. The name he hadn't heard yet, but the guilt flickered. Ethan, she said. Langley's smile returned, but thinner now, forced. Ah. The whistleblower. I heard about him. Tragic accident. Terrible what? Don't, Maya cut him off, her voice sharp, slicing. Don't call it an accident. You ordered it. Langley's brows rose, the smirk turning to a grin. He swirled his drink, calm. And if I did? The tension in the room thickened. She could feel it pressing against her ribs. Then you already know why I'm here. He laughed, an arrogant, hollow sound. Revenge, then. How, predictable. You people never understand the bigger picture. Sacrifices must be made. Your brother was a problem. Problems get solved. That's the world. Maya's hand tightened on the knife hidden at her side. She wanted to strike then, end it. But that would be too clean. Too fast. He didn't deserve fast. You're going to suffer, she said, calm as stone. For the first time, the smirk faltered. Langley set his glass down, leaned back against the desk. You think you can scare me? Do you have any idea who I am? What I control? If you touch me, my people will. She cut him again, but not with words. The blade slashed across his thigh, quick, shallow, enough to make him cry out, enough to stain his suit dark. He gasped, clutching at the wound, eyes wide. Maya pressed the blade to his cheek, cold steel kissing skin. Every second you're still breathing is borrowed time. And I'm the one lending it. Langley's bravado cracked. He tried to sneer, but pain laced his voice. What do you want? Money? A deal? You want me to say I'm sorry? I want you to feel it, Maya said. What Ethan felt. Helpless. Trapped. Knowing the end was coming. She moved deliberately, slicing the tendon in his hand when he reached for a hidden drawer. His scream echoed, raw, animal. Stop, he shouted. Please. Please, stop. The mighty Victor Langley, reduced to begging. Maya watched him squirm, his sweat staining the collar of his perfect suit. You ever beg him? She asked. When you had him tied up? Did you give him mercy? Langley's eyes darted, desperate. It wasn't me, it wasn't. The lie didn't even finish before Maya drove the knife shallow into his shoulder. His scream rattled the glass walls. You signed the order, she said. I traced it. Every dollar, every name. You killed him. Langley sobbed now, trembling, broken. All right. All right. Yes. I gave the order. But I had to. He was going to ruin everything. My company, my legacy, it would have collapsed. I couldn't let one kid destroy me. Maya leaned close, whispering into his ear, her voice colder than the blade. You destroyed him to save yourself. Now I destroy you. The knife pressed against his throat. She didn't push yet. She wanted him to feel the edge, to taste how close it was. His chest heaved, his breath shallow. His eyes bulged with the realization that nothing could save him. Please, Langley whispered, broken now, no arrogance left. Don't do this. I'll give you anything. Everything. Money. Power. Protection. Whatever you want. I wanted my brother, Maya said. And you took him. Her hand didn't shake. She cut slowly, deliberately, dragging the edge across his throat until the sound gurgled and his hands clawed at the air. He choked, eyes wide with terror, the polished man reduced to meat on the floor. His blood pooled dark across the marble, staining his empire red. Maya stood over him, watching until the last twitch faded. The room fell silent again. She expected her chest to collapse with guilt, for the weight of what she'd done to crush her. But instead, there was calm. Stillness. Freedom. Her breath came easy. The static was gone. For the first time since Ethan's death, she felt light. She whispered his name. Ethan, it's done. She left the office door unlocked, leaving Langley's body sprawled behind his desk for the city to find. Let them gasp. Let the news scream. Let his empire crumble from the inside. Maya walked back through the gala unnoticed, blending with the crowd as though she had always belonged there. Outside, the air was cool against her skin. The city pulsed around her, alive, restless, uncaring. She stepped into the noise, into the blur of headlights and voices, no longer bound by the chains she had carried for so long. Was she redeemed? No. Was she damned? Maybe. But none of it mattered. Victor Langley was gone. And Maya was free.